Alright, I'm making some knives, and this is the first one that I've made or started. So right now I'm epoxying the handle on one side on. I've put some tape on this to protect the blade, and I've cut out the handle material oversized, and now epoxied it on, and that right now it's curing. I've got some clamps on it to hold it, and the blade and this side of the wood have been roughed up so that it's got some tooth to it, so that the epoxy will hold better. And right now I'm just waiting for it to cure. When it's done curing, it's 5-minute epoxy, Gorilla Glue epoxy, but it takes 90 minutes before you can handle it. So once that time limit is up, or overnight, I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm going to work on it anymore today, but once it's ready, I'll drill out the holes for the pins, and these are the pins that I have. 3 brass pins. Drill out the holes on this side, and then affix the other side of the handle material on, epoxy it on, and then wait for it to dry. And then I can drill out from the other side, from this side where the hole is still, drill it out that way to expose the other holes on this side in the material. And then I'll put the pins in, epoxy them in, and then peen over the edges, and then I'll sand up the material edges, and sand down the rest of what's left of the pin. And so as I go through it, I'm gonna show the different steps. So this is the first step that I have. So the next step will be will be the holes being drilled, and then I'll just drill those and show them from this side, and then I'll epoxy the other set on. That'll be the next part of this video. And just as a teaser, this is the other knife that I'm going to be making. It's like a little miniature buoy. The silver bolsters were soldered on already, and this one's going to be a little bit easier, I think, to work on. I didn't really know exactly where to start and stop the handle material. So right where the jimping starts, on the top of this blade right here, is where I ended. So this is the jimping right here, and then the finger choils on the bottom, or right there where I stopped it. Right where the choil starts is where I stopped the handle material. So this one I'm gonna probably work on maybe in a week or two, maybe next week or so. I might start it. I got these from a company called Jantz, I think, Jantz, and I have their catalog. I might show it in one of the other videos, or parts of this video, but they have a pretty good selection of patterns and different kinds of handle materials and different options. If you don't want to peen these over, they have other style. I don't remember the exact name, but they screw together, and then you sand off the top, and it looks just the same. And different tools to do everything. So they pretty much have a fair selection. I think this knife was like $10 or $12, and this one was like $25. But they're pretty sharp, you know. Really pretty nice. This one has a little bit different. Let's see if I can find it. These are the pins for this one. They're not made out of brass, so I don't know how much harder they're going to be to hammer in. And then the handle material for this one is, they call it walnut. It's pretty cool. I've laid out the handles on one side. Left them oversized a little bit by the thickness of this pen. and then I'll usually go on the other side of this line, so I'll give it a little bit extra room. But that's going to be that one, and their instructions are pretty basic. I mean, pretty much just they have a generics. This is for pinned handles with soldered guards, which is for the second knife. Talks about the materials and you need to provide, and really it's just a bunch of text. I've watched different videos online, but mostly I just pretty much ignored the instructions. I just go by the videos that I've seen. Anyway, so I'll show you on the next step what it looks like. Talk to you later. Alright, as promised, here is my knife catalog from Jantz. This is their web address, and it's a pretty thick catalog. I got it when I made my order. If you can go to their web page, they have an electronic version on PDF version, and it's pretty much got the different knives that they kits that they have, all the different patterns. They have a lot of chef knives, cooking stuff, you know, like serving forks, some of the other patterns. We got Ulus, some more chef stuff, cooking things. Here's a lot of the popular knife patterns they sell. And you know, these are all kits. They have also where they have just the pattern with the blade, where you can actually put the grind on yourself. As you can see, they have a lot. It's kind of hard with this camera to get close enough yet put the whole catalog in. These are the next blades that I want to do right here, the laminated steel Norwegian blades. I like this one. What else do they have? Damascus stuff, different patterns. These are the different knife patterns that you can get and then put your own grind on them. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. My battery's going to die. Different stocks that you can get if you want to make your own from homemade knife. Damascus, you can buy blanks. Different bar stocks, tubing, all the different pinning materials, rivets, Corby rivets, regular rivets that you pin over. More of the same. These are decorative. All the handle materials. Different types of blanks for the guards, pommels, and guards for your hand. These are all the exotic wood handle materials. And they have more of the same. These are all the natural materials. Ivory, horns, different like elk and stuff. This is what they call the diamond wood. This is the handles they pretty much have the bulk of. The one that I have is called Cotton Candy, which is red and green. Yeah, this one right here. And it's just laminated. You have a layer of green, the red, green, red all the way down. And as you cut it, it exposes different, basically different kinds of woods. different colors. All the different types of materials. You got the sheaths and stuff that they have pre-made. All the different materials that you need to make knives, and all the leatherwork stuff is all here. Books and videos. More stuff on more tools, vices. What else? Different files, drills, safety equipment, hacksaw stuff, knife sharpening stuff. What else? Finishing stuff, stuff to make forges, grinders, all the different wheels and attachment, Dremel stuff. Just pretty much everything to buff the material out now. So this is for buffing stuff. Everything you need to make a knife, either from scratch or a kit. Here's all the different types of 3M sanding stuff. And that's pretty much it. Here's the back. Catalog number 46, 2010. So I had to order something to get this, so that's what they'll send you if you put an order in. If not, you can download it and put it on your computer. Well, that's pretty much their catalog. It's a pretty thick catalog. All the different stuff you would ever need. And then I just pretty much looked on the internet for different videos of people making knives. It may not be making a kit knife. They might have been making like a homemade knife, but the part where they do the handle scales and stuff is where I pay particular attention to. So yeah, there's other companies obviously, but they have the nicest website and catalog that I've seen out there so far. So I definitely check them out. Check out their webpage, and if you're into making knives or you want to try it, and give them a shot. They're pretty cool. My brother's already made a knife from there. He made this one right here, the Chickasaw Skinner, I think it's called. Let me see here. Chickasaw, that's what it is. He made this one right here. His first knife that he made. It also brass or nickel silver bolster. I'm sorry. What is it called? It's a guard, basically, not the bolster. It's the guard. I forgot the name. But that's where it goes right here, and then you pin it. And then you can set your handle material. But he made this, and he buffed the blade out to a polish, and so that was his first one. That was my first introduction to this company, and their catalog has gotten way better since then, because before it was like basically like a pamphlet compared to this. So alright, on to the rest of the video. Okay, here's more to do with the first knife that I started. I dropped it and got a chip right here, but I'm hoping it'll go away when I shape it. I put a pin in here just to kind of see what it looked like. I've got the holes drilled all the way through. Now I just need to clean up and some of this off of here so that the new the handle material fits snugly on here. And then I'm gonna re-epoxy I'm gonna epoxy the next side on here, and re-put it in the clamps, and let it sit overnight, and then I'll finish it up some more tomorrow. And while I was waiting for that, I cut the handles. Here's one of them for the other knife. So they're roughly shaped, oversized, and I have some material left over, which I squared up, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Alright, more to come. Okay,